Hello everyone, welcome to episode 3 of Midlife Digital. Today we're going to talk about my big AI SEO brain. That's right, it's huge. You heard that before. It's about 14,000 plus files of videos from YouTube as well as articles from all over the internet, and I've been collecting them automatically with the help of AI. So I'm going to show you exactly the whole process so that you can think about how to do it on your own and copy what you like and implement it so that it can help you make your life easier. For months, I've been collecting YouTube transcripts, including Nico AI, Seth Hymes, Building Public, Y Combinator, Cody Schneider, 14,000 plus files. But then I realized this isn't just, it's not collecting, that's my AI brain. And today I'm going to put it to work. So as I mentioned, 14,000 plus files. That's over 2,000 hours of content. And I told myself I'm going to get to them later, but that later never came because you know how busy we are working, kids, other commitments. So I had to find a way to actually put it to use so they weren't just sitting there digitally collecting dust in my computer. It also collects articles from all over the internet, and it cost me almost nothing. So I started with a free Oracle server. It runs in Ubuntu Linux. It has 1 GB of RAM. It has a public IP, and it's always free. That's $0 a month. So I set up a virtual network and an internet gateway with encrypted communication and access. So that means it's my castle and nobody can get in without the keys. I can access it from my house and I can access it from work, from my cell phone. Anywhere that there is an internet connection, I can keep access to my files and to my scraper. So this is the website that I mentioned, the Oracle free server. As you can see, it's oracle.com/cloud/free. And this is how it works. So it says that you start with a $300 cloud credit and you have 30 days to test it. Then if you decide to go and pay, it's called pay as you go. And if you do nothing for 30 days, you continue to get the free services. It's always free. So it sounds scary, like, oh my God, I have to pay $300, but that's really not the case. As long as you set it up right and you keep it running, which is a key factor in having this running forever, then you're not going to pay for anything. I did switch to a pay as you go and I left it on, and it cost me about $5 just to have it running for one night. So I learned from my mistake and I started from scratch. And I set it up so that it's completely free. So there are plenty of videos in YouTube, or I can show you guys on a separate video how to set it up, but it's not a scam. It's not a, trying to get you to start it for like a free trial and then they start charging you automatically. It doesn't work like that at all. There are really no catches except that it has to be running. That is it. This is the next page that you will see from the Oracle offer. And as you can see here very clearly, it says Oracle Cloud Free Tier. And this is your account information. You will enter your information, create an account, and then you will start the process of setting up your virtual machine. So once you are signed up for your account, you will have access to your personal page. And you can see here, it's a free tier Ampere instance. It has been running and it has been acting for about a month. And this is where I keep my scraper and all my files. And so far I haven't paid a single dime since I set it up correctly. And once you set it up, everything really stays in the background. The Oracle side, you really don't touch it. What you really get to touch is the website that you can set up with AI to actually access your files. And in my case, I had AI build a repository but that I can access securely with a password so that I can download my files or upload my files from everywhere. So let me show you what that looks like once we go inside of my website. This is what it looks like. So it just looks like a file browser, very simple. And I have two folders. one for IT that is related to my work, and one for AI for my main folder, which is a copy of everything that I have in my computer. And once I go in here, I can see the same files, the same folders with everything that I have saved. And here is the main one, is the knowledge base updater, which is what actually updates the knowledge base on a daily basis. And I have it running so that it's constantly running. Every 2 hours it's checking for new transcripts from YouTube or new articles from the internet. So what am I getting here as well? This is called the RSS feed, which is basically a way to get the website broadcasted to you. It's sent to you as syndication. It's the RSS stands for really simple syndication. Have you heard of syndication from probably TV syndication when a show goes and it's accessible to different channels, I believe. But what this basically does is I give them the websites that I want to get information from, and through the RSS feed, the scraper goes and gets the articles and saves them into my knowledge base. Right now, I'm pulling articles from Search Engine Journal, from Search Engine Land, from Backlinko, also from the Google official SEO guidelines, from Moz, and a variety of other places. I have more than 70 articles. This is actually older information. And as I said, again, it's automated industry update. So I don't have to keep looking at 10 different pages every day and maybe miss an article and trying to remember that I had the article and put it to use. That's just impossible. So the whole point of this exercise was to collect the information and put it in a place where I can actually have access to it on demand and make a difference between myself and anybody else, because my sources are not like anybody else's. I'm going to have certain channels that I like that maybe other people don't like, and vice versa. So it's going to give it that unique flavor that you are not going to get from just doing a plain Google search or asking AI, because I wonder myself, if two people ask the same question to AI, are they going to get the same answer? Apparently not quite. It will adjust it based on the history of your conversations with AI, but it all comes down to the data that has been used to train it. So how many sources of Google SEO advice is out there if it's the official one? One. So you're going to get very generic answers that everybody else has, and that's not what I wanted. So let's see how it all fits together. Number one is the Oracle server. It runs the scraper, the watch list, it checks for videos and for articles. The YouTube scraper saves all the transcripts as text files and then converts them to .md files, which stands for markdown files. It's just a cleaner version of a text file. That is what AI actually likes to read the most, the format that it's easier for it to get the information. Then I have the RSS agent, which pulls the latest industry articles, filters for small and medium businesses, so it's practical information. I wanted only information that it can be used every day, the most practical, nothing theoretical, nothing too big for me. Just, can I use it today? Can I use it to make a client happy or to get more clients? If so, good. If not, then I don't want it. I can read that at any other time. Then the next step is Obsidian, which is a note saving or note taking application, but you can connect the notes. So if you had a piece of paper, how do you connect what you wrote in one note to another? It's really, there's no easy way. But if you have it in a program such as Obsidian that's been around for years, then you can start making those connections and saying, okay, this note has articles on search engine optimization, and I have one here that has a similar content, but it adds something else. So now I can connect these two nodes, and etc. etc. The more nodes I have, the more connections I have. And I'm going to show you how it looks in Obsidian, which it makes it look really cool, but it really, that's all it is. It looks really cool, but it doesn't have that much more use in the view that I'm going to show you. So once we go past Obsidian, we go to the actual AI agents that can pull the information from my knowledge base. And most of the advice that you see or the videos that you see out there are about Claude. Get Claude to do this, get Claude to do that. But it really can be applied to any AI. It doesn't have to be Claude. In my case, I use the cheapest Chinese AI out there, DeepSeek, and it's so cheap. It's practically free. I used other ones that in 10 minutes I burned $5 and I don't even know what it did. It's a total. It's really like a ripoff. I don't know. So for me, DeepSeek is good enough. So what I'm doing here is I'm collecting information, I'm organizing it, and then I'm querying it to get the actual information in a useful manner. So let me show you what that looks like. You can see the information in Obsidian and it looks pretty cool. I don't know if it looks like bacteria spreading or a brain forming or some kind of life, but every dot that you see that is coming up, it's a note or a transcript. It's a piece of information. Um, and after a while, it kind of starts looking like a brain. If I start zooming into it, then you're going to see some connections forming, some nodes. And every dot, it's a node, it's a piece of information that the AI can use to provide information. And you can click on each one, and then you can actually see what it is. So in this case, this is from March 31st, new location for the Google crawlers IP range files. And it's related to Google technical information. I have the knowledge right here, and if I need to pull it through AI, then AI can easily find it in this network. I mean, it really looks amazing. And at first, I thought they will have to be like a brain where everything has to be connected, but that's not the case at all. If every dot here was connected, it would be unusable to AI because that would mean that AI will have to pull up all that information at once, and there is a limit on how much AI can actually use. Right now, I think it's about a million tokens, and that's what you're getting for. The tokens are little bits of information that are being used by AI. So this is really just a way for AI to find the most useful information. This visual view is more for me. It looks nice. I can click on it and select an article, but it's not useful at all for AI. For AI, it's actually the .md files that are saved in my computer and in my Oracle server that are used when I'm querying it for information or to do something. So I think the best analogy to explain how this all works is that it's more of a library. It's not a brain. And like I said before, I thought everything had to be connected, all the dots connected, like a brain with its nodes, making connections so that, hey, I can pull from this source and, oh, look, it's connected to that source and there's the memory, there's the information. It doesn't work like that at all. So there's a series of files that are created that any AI can read and find out exactly what is in this knowledge base. So the main one is the master map in markdown format. It's like the front desk in a library. You walk in and you see all the sections. The second one is the MOC files, which it stands for maps of content. So I gotta look it up because I just learned this recently. So these maps of contents are like the shelves when you go to the library, and it's divided into different sections depending on the subject. There's an SEO shelf, there's a Google Ads shelf, there's an AI shelf, etc. And then on the next level down is the concept notes, which is equal to a glossary. So anything related to Google, Google Ads, Google Search Console, etc. And the transcripts, which is like every little dot that you see in that fancy looking graph, those are the books, the actual knowledge, the little bits of pieces. And some of them, they look like they don't even have that much information, but that's how AI connects the dots. So my system takes those text files and optimizes them so that they can be used by AI. So turns it into an MD format and then deletes the text files so that they don't hold a lot of space. So to clarify, how does AI use this? It doesn't read the entire graph. The graph, as I said, it's for me. AI searches the text, which is what's inside the node. So the trick is the retrieval. It's like Google. And you ask it, how do I research keywords for a certain industry, such as plumbers or dentists? So the AI search has access to all these 14,000 files, but it only goes and looks for the top 5 or 10 most relevant pieces of information, and then it comes up with an answer based on those 5 or 10 pieces, not on the whole 14,000 files, because they have different weights based on, I believe it's a probability. It turns your question into math, and based on that math, it goes and finds the relevant pieces of information to give you an answer. It's called RAG, Retrieval Augmented Generation, which is very useful when you're doing local AI searches. This is not from the internet. This is just getting pulled from your computer. Sort of like if you had a little folder with notes or something as complicated as my 14,000 plus files. In this example here, you can see the MOC, and it says MOC Seth Jarrett Digital Marketing Course. So you can see the center, that cluster is the master file, and then it has other files coming out of it with smaller pieces of information. So if I were to click on here, it has a much more detailed description of what is in that MOC, the cluster. This is what it holds. And then if I go here, then it's going to find, if I click on the smaller dots, then it's just going to show me that smaller piece of information, the details. So why curated bits random? I mean, this is really the nicest piece of this whole exercise, is that everything is pre-filtered. It has no spam, no ads, no clickbait, no distractions. It's just the main piece, the information that I need, nothing else, nothing more. I decided what I keep. I decided what I wanted to get rid of, what was important for me. So while anybody can ask ChatGPT a question, my AI is going to give me a very curated answer based specifically on the information that I gave it, not on what is available to everybody else out on the internet. So it's the difference between using AI and using it better, because I'm giving it something unique and something that is going to differentiate me from everybody else, which at the end of the day is how you create and develop a business, is by showing, hey, I have something, I can do it better, I can do it different, and it's going to benefit you. What makes you different? That's what you need to sell, and this is one of the key features that are centered to setting up a one-man agency, because with this information, anybody can get the information that they need. Let's say that it's not real employees, but you're creating agents with AI to act as different employees. So depending on their function, they're going to use this knowledge base differently. They're going to pull different information, but from the different source, and a source that is unique to you. So you can train it for anything you want. Let's say you don't like SEO. Let's say you love gardening. Then you'll be loading up this thing with gardening articles, gardening videos, anything related to gardening that you like. And you will have your unique source of information that is different from everybody else's. I mean, in a way, it's a brain. My brain, what it holds in my brain is different from yours, even if we were sitting together. We could be twins and always been together, but our points of view, our filters are going to be slightly different. So that's how it will work. You feed it what you want, and that's what it's going to be pulling information from, not from the internet, from what everybody else can see. So let's talk more specifically about my website, my business, Fox and Raven. How would I use it? So there are 5 ways that it will work. So number 1, for client onboarding. Let's say I'm going after a new dental office. So I can search my knowledge base for every transcript that's related to local search engine optimization for dentists. And I'm going to have very good information, especially if it's tailored to dentist offices in my area, local news, any trends that will make my information different from anybody else. Number two will be for content creation. So let's say I need to write a blog post about Google Ads bidding, and I could say base it on Nico AI or on Seth Hymes, and it will give me an article just based on those references. Again, it's all about the unique information that it's driving the answers that you're getting from AI. Number three will be SEO audits. So since I fed my information from the SEO course, the digital marketing course, and from other sources that I found, I can have different workflows and checklists and rules that I can set for myself that I can provide to my clients, uh, so that I can audit their website and say, okay, based on this information, this is what you're doing good, this is what you could be adding, and this is an alarm, something that needs to be corrected right away. And all this is coming from my knowledge base. So continuing the 5 ways that it works for me and for any one person digital agency. Number 4, smarter proposals. So you're trying to get a new client and you're going to use whatever you have. In my case, it will be Nico's AI's approach, plus Seth's career angle, plus building public's technical debt. That blend is unique. It's something that nobody else can create, because it's what you have in your knowledge base that is unique to you. Number 5, the learning loop. So every client, every project generates new notes, new information, what worked, what didn't. And if you put that information back into the knowledge base, then the knowledge base is going to get smarter and give you better information as time goes by and you get more clients. And as you fail to get more clients, because you're going to find different reasons as to why it worked or why it didn't work. In that case, you could say, you know what, certain pieces of information are really not good or not relevant, and I need to replace them either by finding your own information or then going to AI and finding something new, and then you try it and see how that works. It's a try fail kind of system, and there's nothing wrong with that. That's how we all learn. There is no shame in failure. So this is not just one system, because I have a whole stack of content that is helping me out, give me unique information. On the top, Nico AI, it has keyword research, it has AI tools for SEO. Seth Hymes has the career framework, getting hired, setting up your own agency. Building public, it's about ranking pages, authority, about the topic that you're trying to rank for, all the technicals that should improve your performance when it comes to SEO. Y Combinator, that has startup advice, and you're building as you learn, which is the best way to learn. And for example, at the bottom, Cody Schneider, we have very good content strategies and long sessions about the legends, the top people in SEO, and getting that information that is very unique and is very precious. And I've been collecting all of that. So it's been a labor of love, but also a differentiator, because that's what it's going to make me unique. It's something that nobody else has, and I've combined it, and nobody's going to provide it but me. That's the goal. So let's go over for a minute about the cost. The cost is almost nothing. I'm gonna say zero for everything. This slide is a little bit too positive, but it's as close as nothing as it's going to get, because for Obsidian, I pay nothing. You just download it into your computer, and the only investment is in time, in figuring out how to use it, because at first it's kind of, but it doesn't make any sense. If anything, it looks like makes things more complicated, but I'm just using it to better organize the knowledge base for AI, not necessarily for myself to make notes, because I'm terrible at making notes and putting them to use. The YouTube scrapes, technically they're free, but because of the issues of making it work with the Oracle server, I ended up splitting it in half. So some channels, they get scraped from my Oracle server, and some channels get scraped from my computer at home. And it just has to do with the way that YouTube lets you access or blocks you from getting the transcripts. So after much trial and error, I ended up paying to get an API key, which is basically a connection. You put a plug into your website, it puts a plug into YouTube, and through their magic, they're able to get the transcripts really, really fast. But they cost money. How much? About 0.007 cents per script. So it's not free, but it might as well be, because when's the last time you found 0.007 cents laying somewhere, or like, oh my god, where are my 0.007 cents? Jeez, I got robbed. So it's free, but it's almost free, but not completely free. The Oracle server, that was completely free. It only cost me $5 when I made the mistake of leaving it on when I was in the pay-as-you-go plan. But as I said, I fixed it. I started from scratch, and for a month it has been running, and it hasn't cost me anything. I did put my credit card because that's how you basically get verified that you're not a scammer or anything like that. But I have alarms set so that if it were to reach a certain threshold, let's say that I put a budget of $10. And if it got to 5, I will get an email and say, hey, you're at 50%. That would be my alarm. I will go and see what's happening and shut it down. So that's what I did. That's what happened the first time. I was just surprised that it went through $5 in like one night. But it is free. Trust me. I've been using it and I haven't had to pay for anything. So I paid the $800 for the courses, for Seth's course. Other than that, I haven't paid for any memberships with either Nico AI or any other channel. So let me go back and show you exactly what I built to scrape the videos and how it works. So this is sort of where the proof is in the pudding. I had AI build this page for me, which I call the SEO roadmap. And it has an overview section where I can keep track of what I wanted to achieve with this channel and with the digital agency. I can see, for example, let's say that I wanted to build a course to share or to sell in the future. So, okay, here is what I want the course, the main topics to look like. And I can keep track of how I am doing from here. I can keep track of the different sessions that I had with AI, because I don't know if you had the experience where you're working on something and you are asking questions and you're getting answers, but you focus on just one piece of the answer, so the rest of the answer kind of, you don't really pay attention to it, it gets lost. So you just spend all that time and energy and tokens getting information, and you really use maybe 10-20%. The rest just got buried with everything else in the interaction. So when I use my AI agent, I ask it to give me a summary at the end of that conversation, and I save it so I can keep track of what it said, what got fixed, because as you may know, the way AI works, it doesn't really remember. So it's my way of me to keep track of what happened, what we worked on, and in case I needed to go back and say, hey, but this is what you said, this is what you did, and it makes it easier and faster to work with AI. You created different tools. The main one is the YouTube, the scraper, and the article fetcher, and you can see here some of the articles that it's collected. It ranks them by relevance, high, medium, and low relevance, so I can see, just exactly how useful it is. In this section, I will be creating the course chapters, something that might come down the future, but I have it here anyway. Then here is the YouTube pipeline, which will be the videos that, let's say I'm planning more videos for the future, then this is where I will have the list of videos that are going to be published in the future, and this is where I can keep all the information that I use for each one. And the section that I use the most currently is the YouTube channel and playlist scraper. So basically it has 3 different speeds. This is just to make it work and be a little bit more friendly with YouTube, because since I'm at home, it's more liberal in how much information I can get from it. So let's say I set it to moderate. I could put in a place where I can save the transcripts, and I could put in a specific video or a whole watch list. If I created a list specifically, I call it a daily scrape, and any videos that I like and that I want to save right away, I put them on that watch list, and this already has the watch list included in the list of different videos that it needs to scrape. So in my case, I have this one here that says my auto scrape playlist, and it has already scraped 71 videos. The latest scrape was yesterday, and it's going to scrape today. Starting at 10 o'clock in a couple of hours, it's going to start the process again. Now let's say that I found a new channels. In this case, I found this guy, Albert Olgard, and he made this video about never paying for AI again. It's not really the case. It's a 90-day trial, but you're going to see a lot of videos that are like that. You will never pay for AI. No, that doesn't work like that. And if you don't pay for AI, you're not going to get a very good answer. I'm getting okay answers with DeepSeek, but there's a lot of some other models that are not quite that good. So if you want to get good models, you're going to have to pay for them. There's no way around it. But I still want to follow this channel because he has a lot of good information. So in my case, I will take this section here, I will copy it, I will go back to my scraper, and I will add it to this list. So I will say, okay, give me this guy is going to be added. I can give it an optional name, so I'm just going to put his name. I'm going to paste it here, make it a little bit more understandable, and it's going to add it to my watch list. And then if I want, then hopefully I can find it here, right here. I can select it and I can go and say check this channel, and it's going to start scraping videos automatically and save them in text format. And then on a schedule, that text file is going to get optimized for AI, and it's going to be converted into an MD file. Then from there, the AI is going to delete the text file, optimize the knowledge base, save it in the Oracle server, and also transfer it to my computer so that everything is in sync. And so that's how it works. That's how I get my information. So here's the real take. What is really the meat and potatoes of this video is that a brain is just a hard drive if you never use it. The information looks cool in my little node from Obsidian, but if I never retrieve any information from it and put it to work, then it's just a pretty screensaver. But in my case, I built a library. It's something that I can use and something that AI can use. And now I have to actually start using it. So that is going to be the next episode. My plan is to take on Nico AI, his 4 systems, and start creating the AI agents that are required to run an agency as close to automatic as possible. So that's what we're going to go over in the next episode. So thank you guys for staying with me through this video. I know sometimes it can be a little long. The explanations, I hope that you're getting something out of them to apply either to SEO or to whatever interests you. Put them to use. Okay, so I'll see you in the next episode, and let's continue getting out of the dip. Thank you again. Take care, guys.